Hello readers, and welcome back to Tell Between Tales. It is time for your October wrap up, and we are also going to go over the November TBR, so stick around. We've got a lot of books to talk about. All right, so for October we had a decent list of books that I was going to try to get through. First of all, I did finish up The Last Unicorn, and I am hoping to do a book review on that soon. And then the next one that I listened to was The Stand, and next week I do have my reading vlog coming out for that one, and so you can see how that whole experience went. That's going to be my video where I am trying to finish my cross stitch and listen to the book at the same time. And then my physical books that I was going to read that I wanted to get through was The Train to Impossible Places. I was reading this one with my girls for our book club. This is a middle grade book. It is by P.G. Bell, and I really enjoyed this book. I haven't had as much fun with a middle grade book as I've had with this one since I read Amari and the Night Brothers, which I believe was our very first review on the channel. And so I really enjoyed it, and I know my girls really enjoyed it. We haven't had our group discussion about it yet, but both of them have read it and they both really liked it. So if you have a middle schooler who's looking for one, or if you just like to read middle grade books yourself, which I enjoy reading middle grade books as well because they're fast and they're fun and they're usually so sweet and innocent and wholesome. And so this one is a really great one, and it does have some sequels along with it. So there's a couple books. It looks like they're going to be making more. So that's very exciting, and I really enjoyed this. And I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about it because I know that my middle graders are wanting to make a book review video about it. And so look for that one up and coming. They have been wanting to make videos. It's all just about timing, finding the right time to film, and we've decided that we need to film several at once. And so, which is actually what I do with my videos. I will film them in bulk. I'll film like 5 videos at a time and then edit them. So if you see several videos and I'm wearing the exact same thing in all my videos, I promise I do change my clothes. It's just that I don't really have time to film every day, and I have to take out a large chunk of time and film several videos. And so consequentially, I'm wearing the same thing because I really just don't feel like changing my clothes in between each video that I film. So there you have it. The next one that I was going to read was for my book club that I do for school, and that is This Is How You Lose the Time War. And I do have a review that I'm planning on doing for this one. And we found this one to be very interesting. There's a lot of philosophy and time travel philosophy in this book, which was enjoyable. And there's also a lot of popular cultural references in this book, which is enjoyable in the extent that you can catch all of them. So it was great to see who caught what. And as we were talking and discussing together, people caught different things. And so that was really fun. So this was an interesting book, and I look forward to doing a dedicated review that should be coming out within a week or so, depending on when I have time, how many videos I can get filmed today. I'm hoping to get that video filmed today, and then of course editing. And so that is This Is How You Lose the Time War, and I did finish that one, so check. And then the other one that I wanted to get read was the sequel to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which is The Map of the Otherlands, and I did not get that one done because I had to pick up this book. This was a book that my 11-year-old picked up at the book fair, and it is a YA book, and so I said that I need to read this first. I did do some preliminary searches online for like parent screening, but the little blurb on the top says, "Fiery magic, sizzling romance, in a city so achingly hopeful and real that you can almost taste it on every page." So because it says sizzling romance on it, I was a little bit unsure for my 11-year-old if this would be an appropriate book. You know, YA can be safe, and YA can also get into areas where I think an 11-year-old should not be reading certain themes, and sometimes it can get more explicit as well. So I am previewing this book for my 11-year-old to see if she can read it. And so that took the place of Map of the Otherlands, and I'm not done with this, so I'm going to have to finish this in November. And there is one other book that I actually listened to in October, and that was Sabriel by Garth Nix. And I really enjoyed listening to this book. I do think that this one is also a YA book, and it was really perfect for October. I didn't realize that it was going to be such a perfect mood read for October because I didn't know that it was largely about necromancy. And so that was actually kind of fun because, it's all spooky season, and then the whole book is all about the dead coming back to life and trying to put them back where they belong. And there's this whole really cool magic system involving life after death and necromancy, basically. And so I am planning on filming that today. And so hopefully I can get to that and then get a review of that out for you soon. So then that brings us to our November TBR, what I'm trying to get through in November. Obviously, we already talked about The Candle and the Flame by Nafisa Azad. This one is the first book that I am planning on reading and getting through in November, so that way I can pass it on and approve it or disapprove it, or say that you need to wait a year or 2 or 3, depending on what's in it. And so that's for November. And then the other thing for November that I have to read for book club or book club pick, as you can see, the beautiful book club collection sticker from our library. And that is The Bear and the Nightingale. This one's been on my list for a little while, so I'm really excited to be reading this. I was super happy to find out that the library had a book club copy of this. And so I was like, oh, we're going to be reading that one for book club. So I'm actually in charge of our book club for the school now. And that's really exciting because I get to pick all of the books that I want to read. So I just have to make sure I don't pick too many like fantasy books because I have a whole long list of those. And so I'm really excited to get to this one. This one is a trilogy. So once I finish reading this one, I have to make sure I keep going. There's just so many books now on my TBR that it's out of control. It's so insane now. And I have 2 Kindles. One of them, actually they're both on airplane mode at the moment because one of them I had a free trial of Kindle Unlimited when I got my new one, and you can check out 20 books at a time. So I got my 20 books and then I put it on airplane mode. And so I'm going to be eventually getting around to those. So I've got some variety of things on there. I've got like the Ascendant series, and then I've got the 3 Body Problem sci-fi series, and just a whole ton of stuff on there. And then on my new Kindle, I have a whole bunch of library books that just decided to all come in at the same time. So I've probably got 10 library books on here and so this one's now stuck in airplane mode. So I've got like Red Rising, the whole Red Rising trilogy in here, and I've got the first book of the Bloodsworn saga in here, and I've got Jade Legacy, which I need to finish up. And so I've just got tons and tons of reading material, and both of my Kindles are now stuck in airplane mode. So I need to get to these. There's just so much, trying to balance my digital reading with my physical copy reading, and we'll just have to see how that goes. Oh, and then of course, this will be a video coming up soon too. My owl crate came in, so this is also on the TBR list. I'm like, I'm going to get a lot of these books read, but life is busy, so it is what it is. And so then the other thing that I wanted to start in October, I wanted to read, I'm not, with what I have so far that I have to read, so these are the 2 books so far, The Candle, Flame, The Bear and the Nightingale. I'm also listening to, I just started Theft of Swords by TJ Sullivan. No, Michael J. Sullivan. And so that's the one I'm listening to because I do like to have one audiobook that I listen to while I do all the chores and drive around. And then my physical copies or my digital copies that I read as well. So that's the one I'm listening to this month at the moment. And then I'm hoping to be able to get to one more physical copy. And I'm not sure if I want to do Tress of the Emerald Sea, Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, or Strange the Dreamer. I want to do one of those 3 for sure. Try to get one of those knocked out. I have heard a lot of really good things about all of those, and they're pretty high up on my TBR list of things I want to read. I was really hoping to get at least one of them read before December came out, when Wind and Truth comes out, the 5th book in the Stormlight Archive series. So we'll see if I can manage that. I don't think there's anything in those that I necessarily need to know for Stormlight Archive, but I was really hoping to actually be entirely caught up in the Cosmere and have read all the way through Sunlit Man, but I kind of got bogged down in Mistborn Era 2 and wanted to read other stuff besides Sanderson. So like August, September, October, no, November, I don't really have a lot of Sanderson on there. And I do need to make my videos for Mistborn Era 2 as well. So there's just so many videos to make and scripts to write and videos to film and edit. And so there's just not enough time because my reading journal has been abandoned for a few months. I just haven't had any time to get to it. And October's been really, it's always busy. So I don't want to say busy. I want to say I've been sick. I feel like I was sick for the beginning of October, and then we had a vacation and my son brought home a cold and he gave it to everybody and it was really nasty and everybody was so sick and not feeling well. And so it's just been crazy. So anyway, I'm hoping to do a little bit more reading. Of course, in October, I was also really focusing on getting my cross stitch done, which you can see in my next video where I talk about the stand and my race to finish the cross stitching. See if I did that. It's still just getting it ready. There's so much. Getting it ready for Christmas. Gotta have a hard deadline. So anyway, that is what's coming up for November, and still have to work on the cross stitch. So I'll keep you posted and updated on that one as well. Even after next week's video, you'll see what's coming up in a few later videos. Probably bring that up again near the end of November or whenever I finish it, if it doesn't get done by the end of November. And so stick around and let me know what books you're most excited for, if there's anything on the list that piqued your interest. I know I didn't talk about what they were all about. Live and learn, brains all over the place. But oh well. I hope you're looking forward to some of the new videos and the reviews that are coming out, and looking forward to the unboxings. So we should have a lot of good stuff for you this month. Thanks. Bye.